Hey guys, Loco here with my former apprentice Smoothie. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. We just gotta win, so can't ask for too much more.
So you played the cat today, Yuumi. How do you feel about Yuumi? There's a lot of pro players that have actively spoken about how much they dislike her.
Yeah, I mean, I played Yuumi a lot, and it's definitely not a fair champion. In laning phase, it's probably the strongest support, like range support in the game right now, and it has very little bad matchups. Like 2v2, Yuumi wins every 2v2 in the game, and then you kind of have to gank her to win, but that's hard because you have exhaust, heal, and your ADC can. Today, we went barrier on Lucian, so it's really hard to kill the ADC. So it's a really unfair champ sometimes.
So they played Nautilus into Yuumi, the supposedly counter. Does it really counter Yuumi?
Well, Nautilus, they play it in a lot of regions besides NA, but it's a pick that doesn't really win lane, but it's really good at ganking, and they have Nocturne in actually Nocturne, so their plan was probably just to press Nautilus ulti on my Lucian and Nocturne ulti and hope they kill Lucian before I heal him to half HP, which is not a bad plan. I think that's an adaptation that a lot of teams are doing nowadays, and just being able to kill the AD carry that Yumi's on. And yeah, it was really hard to play against in the beginning, but once I'm like, I have a lot of points in my heal, it's really OP. And Athene's, because I can heal Lucian for like half his HP in one spell. It's really strong. Yeah.
There's also a lot of weird things going on in bot lane, Sonateric notably, and Lux with W Max and Aftershock. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, bot lane's being a weird lane right now. How do you feel on all those weird picks?
I mean, I don't really have any strong opinions. They're just champs that I have to learn, and I think range supports coming back is pretty healthy for the game because it's been such a long time since range supports were prevalent. Like, the only range support, I'm not sure if Rakan or Thresh count as like true range supports, but those two champs in my head are the only range supports I've ever been like, I guess, meta in the past like year or two since like the Ardent sensor meta. So I think it's pretty healthy for the game, and yeah, I think some of them are overtuned. I think Lux's W is really, really strong right now, and people are trying to figure out what comps are best with it, and people are figuring out like really good ways to play it and play against it.
So I heard TSM had some kind of a beach boot camp. How was that?
Well, I think it was a interesting experience. We went to Miami as a team, and with our academy team as well, actually, and we kind of all just didn't touch PC for 3 days, and we just hung out with each other and did like real life activities, So it was something that kind of brought us out of our comfort zone, kind of, and we kind of saw a different part of every other player, Most of us are like pretty reserved and stuff, but I think the bootcamp actually helped us, I guess, be more outgoing, I guess, in a sense. But at the end of the day, we're still going to be playing games all day, so.
So you've been on many good teams, C9, Team Liquid even, and you've actually gone through many great coaches, Tony, Reapered, Locodoco. Can you tell us what each of us do best out of the group?
Yeah, I think the thing that you did best was you pushed on fundamentals a lot. I think that even Soren and people like you've coached in the past kind of echoed that to me too. Like you were really hard on the fundamentals, and I think that's really good. I think that you taught me a lot about fundamentals at first too in macro. I think Reaper and Tony, they are similar in how they approach like VOD review and stuff, but I think Reaper has a stronger opinion on things, and if he like thinks something's right, he'll stick to that. And he's like a really good friend, Like I think he's like a bro, Reaper. And Tony, he's also a really good friend. But I think that he has a really good structure. Like he's really, I don't know the word, like clean about how he does things, and everything's so formatted really well, and it's really easy to see, and that's something that helps a lot too. Yeah.
I coach more than fundamentals, but when we started, I needed to help with the fundamentals.
Yeah, for sure. I was pretty bad.
So moving on, you guys actually had a really weird loss to FlyQuest and a pretty convincing loss to Team Liquid, and I'm kind of curious why you guys started out so slow.
Honestly, but coming into week 1 even, I thought we were going to be like a really fucking good team. Like not 18-0 run, but like number 1 and 2 again. Our scrim results have been really, really insane, but I think the loss against TL, that was a bit of a draft issue because like we talked about it after, and some of the picks weren't as intended. We didn't talk about it in like a review or prep. And then in the second loss, sorry, who did we lose again to?
FlyQuest.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yesterday, yeah, FlyQuest. Yeah, we practiced Terexona a lot. I think, like as you see, we've played a couple games of it in LCS already and had some success. But I think the other teams are picking up on it, and other teams have been playing against Terexona. And I think it was really, really obvious and telegraphed we're gonna pick Terexona on stage. So FlyQuest probably had a whole week of prepping just for Terexona, and I think that's something that we kind of expected, but we weren't really worried about it. But they had a really good plan going into it, and even though the draft, I thought it was good for us, ended up being a lot harder to execute because we have to have Hecarim kind of carry the whole game on his back, and it was really hard to like penetrate like all their CC and Lux shields. It was just really hard game to play.
So for TSM fans that are a little bit worried and that are curious about what they should expect from TSM going forward and kind of the expectation, any final words?
I'd say don't stress so much about the losses so far. I think usually I'm the person who gets really, really sad over losses, but the last 2 losses, I wasn't really sad or emotional at all because I thought that we were still the better team, but we just messed up in small aspects. I think that we kind of underperformed those games too, mechanically in some ways. Definitely, I didn't play so well in the first Terek game last week, and I think other players had their moments of where they messed up too. But I think that it's gonna be a slow start, but like last split, we're gonna come back strong.
Smoothie, thank you so much for the interview. Hey guys, thank you for watching the interview. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Also, if you're not subscribed to me, there should be a button somewhere where you can click and you can subscribe to me. And also, if you want to check out more content, there should be a video somewhere up here that you can click. And lastly, thank you to Lowkey community for making all this possible.